He is the hard-hitting fighter from Tuscaloosa, Alabama. The former WBC heavyweight champion of the world, introducing the bronze bomber, Deontay Wilder. What's going on, all man? Thanks for tuning in. So great news, Deontay Wilder is returning back to heavyweight boxing, man, and that's good to hear. He definitely adds something to the division. Excitement. You need someone like that, someone that has that one hitter quitter. So yeah, he's returning. You all know he's taken a loss from Tyson Fury, man, by knockout. And so he's recovering from his hand injury, broke his hand. So he will be returning in around May, somewhere in between there, man, May, June, something like that. He's got to take 6 months off, I believe. So yeah, 6 months from when he fought Fury. So yeah, around about May, June. So yeah, that's good. That's good that he's coming back. Another thing, man, that is good, because he was in an interview recently, man, and I did watch a snippet of it, and I was seeing of how he would retaliate from the loss. But he took it on the chin this time. He didn't make any excuses, any allegations or anything like that. And that's good to see, that he's accepted his loss, and he's moving forward. That's going to gain him a lot more fans. People will want to watch him more for that. Not only did he put up a good fight, but he's not making any excuses after the fight. He's accepted the loss. So yeah, I want to talk about who he's going to challenge next. There's 3 names in line that it's been rumored, man. Obviously everyone wants to see him fight AJ, but AJ's tied up with Usyk, and then you also got Tyson Fury that's tied up with White, man, so he can't really fight any of those guys. You all know that he's already fought Fury 3 times, so Fury ain't going to fight him again. He ain't going to fight him again unless he needs to. So the 3 names is Helenius, Trevor Bryan, and Andy Ruiz. As a boxing fan, as people looking in, obviously we want to see him fight Ruiz. Obviously, we want to see him fight Andy Ruiz, man. That will be a sellout, I believe. Mexican against American, man. In the States, that will be fire. But I believe that Wilder will most likely take on Helenius. Reason being is because Helenius challenged Karnacki for the WBA eliminator. So it only makes sense to try to get into the mandatory position for Wilder. Wilder's always been about the bouts. I know that Trevor Bryan does have the interim bouts, but the WBA are going to get rid of that. So that's good. I believe that's what everyone should actually do. Get rid of those all the extra bouts. They don't really need it. They don't really need all those bouts. With bouts you got fees, sanctioning fees and things like that, man. They don't need that. So the WBA is making a good move here, saying that they want to get rid of that bout. But yeah, Trevor Bryan still does have the bout, and if he does have it, maybe Wilder may challenge him. Wilder's always been about getting the bouts. He's always been about one champion, one face, one name, and but you can't get it twisted. An interim champion. See, that's the thing why I don't really like all the extra bouts. Because if there's a new like new fans or new people tune into boxing, and people have bouts, intercontinental bouts and things like that, no one's gonna know who the real champion is, you know. And with all these bouts, man, especially for the heavyweight scene, I mean, it's been like over 20 years, man. Over 20 years where we've seen an undisputed fight, you know. So we haven't really known who's the best for the last 20 years. You know what I mean? Because to me, the guy that's the best in the division is the guy with the belt. You know, so I mean, what's the point of having multiple belts, multiple fees, you know, multiple complications of, you know, unifying and getting all that stuff organized? And, you know, it makes sense just to have one belt. You know, I know it's not going to happen, but it does make sense just to have one heavyweight championship belt. You know, no WBA, no WBO, no WBC, man, no IBF, just one. You know, that's what I would like. I know that ain't going to happen, but I mean, at least the WBA is getting rid of the interim championship belt, man, and just leaving the main belt there for the taking. So, yeah, so I mean, obviously we all want to see him fight Ruiz out of those three names, but I'm guessing, man, that he's going to fight either Brian if they still let him hold the belts. But if he ain't got the belt, man, the smartest move for Wilder to get another title shot, man, will be to fight Hellenius. I've been saying this for a while now, you know, that the WBA is next in line for to force a fight. You know, you've had the WBO, you've had, you know, the IBF. So the WBO now is the mandatory for that now is Joe Joyce, you know. So and the IBF is yet to be determined. We got Charles Martin against Luis King Kong Ortiz, you know, in the start of the year. So I mean, the only one that's really available at the moment, man, is the WBA, and I believe that Wilder will take that route, you know, challenge Hellenius, make it an eliminator, man. When it gets the mandatory position, you know, that will put him back in contention, man, for another heavyweight championship bout. And yeah, man, that's all I really wanted to say, man. That's all I wanted to say. You know, it's great to have Wilder back in the division. And it's also even better that he hasn't made any allegations or anything like that after his defeat, you know. So we'll see what happens with that situation, man. We'll see what happens. But thanks for tuning in and hearing me out anyway, man. Drop a comment, let me know your take on it. Or just, you know, drop a comment in general. Yeah, man. Have a great day out there all. Peace. God bless, man. Stay safe. I'm out. Peace.